In a recent video, I chronicled how I picked up a Mako Americana electric rotisserie barbecue on the extreme cheap. These are wonderful units that are durable enough to last quite a few years and can be used where charcoal and gas barbecues are not allowed or are impractical. I've just moved this unit into my garage for the winter where it will allow me to barbecue and produce rotisserie chickens and roasts all through the hockey season. Now I'm on the lookout for some interesting barbecue sauces and spices to further expand my repertoire. This search inevitably led me to Amazon, where they sell these convenient sample-sized products with delivery included pricing for Prime members that won't break the bank. Seriously, how do they drop this off at your door via custom courier for just $6? Anyways, I'll worry about that later. At the moment, I have some rotisserie barbecuing to do with my new sample bottle of Stubbs BBQ Rub. My first use of this rub was without any additional spices added to it on a nearly 6-pound chicken, and it was delicious. You can see here where I have trussed the chicken, patted it dry with a paper towel, and centered it on a rotisserie rod. Next, the entire chicken is basted in olive oil, and finally the rub is applied. Now it's off to my Mako Americana electric rotisserie barbecue. And it did come out great, but there were also a number of things I learned from this first trial run with Stubbs BBQ Rub. The most important of which is to have a bit of the rub mixed with olive oil to use as a patching compound for bare spots at around the 1.25 hour point. This is my first experience with any of the Stubbs products. Considering the fact that I was born and raised about 1,500 miles north of Austin, Texas, I feel I can be forgiven for not being quite sure who Christopher B. Stubblefield Sr. was. In recent years, I had seen the Stubbs barbecue sauce and spice rubs product line bearing his Stubbs nickname and image, but never knew much about them. This prompted me to do a bit of research on where they came from, where I found the story of the man who developed them to be quite intriguing. This is a varied product line, and now that I'm looking for it, it seems to be widely available. The chicken turned out great, so now it's time to use this rub on a rotisserie pork loin that will be covered in a sweet and sour glaze. First thing we do is baste this in olive oil. It's just a simple way to make it so that the rub adheres to everything. Also gives it a bit of flavor as well. You can see I've trimmed away all of the suet, all of the fat. The rest will actually disintegrate in cooking. When you slice it into servable portions, there'll be a bit of interior gristle to deal with. But once that is chopped away, the end result will be a very lean and delicious barbecued pork loin roast capable of feeding up to 6 people. I'm using Stubbs BBQ Rub by itself with nothing else. Feel confident from the chicken I've already done that this rub does not need anything added to it like some of the other barbecue spices I have used. To give a quick comparison, here's the 131 gram Stubbs BBQ Rub that I had delivered to my front door for $6, beside a typical 350 gram Cool Runnings barbecue spice, which also cost $6. For sample size, there's enough here. I can probably do a couple more. I'm laying it on pretty thick this time. One of the things that happened the last time is the skin on the chicken, even though this is a pork loin with no skin, the skin on the chicken separated. So I'm going to rub this in. It's the beauty of doing it over a container like this. I don't have to waste it. I can basically scoop out what I need from the container and cover every part of it. And there we go. Now the entire thing is coated. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. And there's a fair bit left. I will easily be able to do 2 more rotisseries with it. Here it is on my Mako Americana electric rotisserie barbecue, which is now located in the garage for hockey season, otherwise known as winter outside of Canada. And that's what it looks like after 40 minutes. Oh yeah, you can smell that. That is just beautiful. Because of the size of this relatively small pork loin roast, I have coated it with the glaze at about the 1 hour point, which is estimated to be 20 minutes before it completes cooking. It is really looking and smelling fantastic. And there it is done. That's after 1 hour and 20 minutes.
because it's so small. That's all it's going to take, but I'm going to put a temperature probe on it. And there's my interior temperature, around 165. I like it to be over 160. That's deep inside, right beside the grill rod. That's the way you have to cook pork. So this is done.
The final stage is to slice the roast into thick cut steaks for serving, while removing any remaining interior gristle and then drizzling it with the glaze I set aside at the outset. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and as always, we hope to see you next time.
When the stars won't shine for you, and your dreams turn black and blue, on those dark nights you'll be alright, I'll be right there with you. Together we'll see it through. When the stars won't shine for you, and your dreams turn black and blue, on those dark nights you'll be alright, I'll be right there with you. Together we'll see it through.